Welcome to this week's episode of Falcon Fever. I'm your host, Dorothy Sherman, and we are your weekly source to Montevallo Sports. Well, basketball season is finally here. Both the men and women's teams competed in their first games of the regular season Monday night at home. The men started their new season against Southeastern Bible College. 8 players for the Falcons scored in the double figures, and all 13 players scored at least 1 point in the game. Number 44, Freddie Little, led the team with 14 points along with 5 assists. Number 3, Mark Plaza, made a game high of 10 assists. The Falcons never trailed once in this game as they defeated Southeastern Bible College by a commanding score of 107-79. Men's head coach Danny Young gave us his take on the team's overall performance.
Tell us about tonight's game, Coach.
Well, I thought both teams came out and played really hard, and that was a big question mark for us to see how hard we were going to play. And it was good to see the follow-through with our guys to be focused and come out and play really hard.
Anything else you'd like to say maybe for the rest of the season?
Hopefully we can continue to play hard, and you know, we've got to improve from where we are to get where we're going in the Peach Belt Conference. You know, it's such a tough conference, and hopefully we'll improve enough to make a run at it at the end.
Coach, thank you.
The men's basketball team hopes to continue its success as they travel to Miles on November 21st and then compete in the UWF Thanksgiving Classic against Lynn on November 28th and then against host West Florida the next day. Well, the women's team started its home season opener against Clark Atlanta. Carrie Parrott shot 80% from the field, only missing 2 attempts in the game as she scored 18 points and made 7 rebounds. The game was tight early on with the Lady Panthers holding the lead for most of the first half. Then right before halftime, the Falcons took a 21-20 lead. When the buzzer sounded, Montevallo came out on top, beating Clark Atlanta 81-67. Women's basketball coach Brittany Zell gives her impressions on the first home victory of the season.
Good. All right, Coach Zell, tell us about tonight's game.
A fantastic team performance. Everybody on the team contributed, gave good minutes, and got good point production. So very, very pleased with an opening win.
Was there a player that you were impressed with tonight?
I was extremely impressed with Manal Cowley. I was impressed with Carrie Parrott. I think our post players in general as a group played a fantastic game, but nobody really jumps out. Like I said, good team effort.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
Next week, the Falcons travel to Georgia to play in the North Georgia Tip-Off Classic. They will face Rollins on the 20th and Newberry the next day. Then they will compete in the Eckerd Thanksgiving Classic in Florida against St. Leo on November 27th and Eckerd on November 28th. Over the weekend, the women's volleyball team competed in their final game of the 2009 season. They played against number 1 seed Flagler in the semifinals of the PBC tournament. Katie Handrick led the team with 13 kills and 8 digs. She was also named first team all-conference. Montevallo and Flagler played neck and neck for most of the first set, but fell to the Saints 25-18. Montevallo attempted a comeback in the second and third set, but it wasn't enough. Flagler won the final set, giving them a 3-0 sweep over Montevallo. Montevallo concluded the 2009 season with a conference record of 8-6 and an overall record of 20-14. Anna Garrison spoke with us earlier to give us her opinion on the team's performance this season and how they plan to improve for next year.
Well, this season was our first year in the Peach Belt, so it was kind of hard to get used to all the teams because we hadn't played any of them before. But we did really well for our first season, I think, to finish 4th in conference and then to win our first round of the conference tournament. So I guess this year I really liked just how well we played together because we kind of have been together for the last 2 years. And next year it's going to be hard because we're losing 4 seniors, so it's going to be hard to just replace the 4 that we're going to lose. And then next year I feel like if we play well that we could beat more teams in conference and maybe finish better than 4th.
Well, this week's Falcon Fever Player of the Week is men's basketball player Mark Plaza. Plaza had a game high of 10 assists, plus he scored 8 points in the team's first victory of the season against Southeastern Bible College. He says he's excited about this year's team and how they already look.
As a team, I think we had a lot of energy. We have a lot of new players, so it was important for us to come out with a lot of energy, set the tone, make a statement that, Montevallo's back on the map.
Well, if you would like to watch a replay of today's show or any other show of the past week, visit our website at montevallo.edu/MC, or just look us up on YouTube by searching Falcon Fever. If you have any pictures of Montevallo on the road, please send them to us. You can send them to masscom00@gmail.com. Well, that's all we have for this week. I'm Dorothy Sherman. Keep your eye on the ball, and we'll see you again next week.